Hello friends, it's Astro here and welcome back to the Prison Under Pressure. That's right, we are under a great amount of pressure right now because our staff are very unhappy because they want a pay rise, but I can't give them a pay rise because I don't have the ability to do that, and I'm at least, I mean, look, if I pause that and start that, there we go. Okay, so we are going to have a strike event. There's nothing we can do to stop that now, Luke, but it's okay. It's fine. We can deal with this. We've demolished the exercise equipment out here in the yard, which is great. This new area down here, I think we can probably plan that out. Oh no, the foundations are in progress. So this kitchen can be extended, and then we can have a lovely big yard down the bottom here for this vertical block of prisoners. It is filthy in here. So I think the next step is to have a look at this section up here. Where are we? Foundations, demolish walls, bink and bonk. And this is potentially a bad time of day to do that. But I'm going to try and see how we go. And hopefully... Oh, wait. Oh, have I made a boo-boo? I think I... Oh, dear. Okay, let's see how lucky I am here. Because the girls are all still locked away. Right? Everything's fine. We get the ticking starting faster. I'm going to try and get some workmen up here to do this now. Please? Guys. Come on. Come on, get in here. Get in here. Someone go and demolish these walls for me. Is it done? Okay. Whew. Okay. Good. That's fine. I was a little bit worried there that the walls were going to get knocked down and the foundations weren't going to get completed. And as a result... We may have a situation where there was a massive gaping hole. Chief, what now? The staff have gone on strike. I know. I know, mate. A 50% pay rise is what they want. We've got 24... What happens if that 24 hours expires, I wonder? I don't know. Is the warden still researching? He is. Good. Okay. Good on you, warden. Meredith is still working as well, as is the foreman. It's only these... Oh my goodness me. There you go. Alright guys, go and set your fires up. No, yes, alright, fair enough. They're upset. The workmen are still moving stuff about though, which I find very amusing. The ladies are jammed up in bang up at the moment, which is not the best. But look, it's just what we've got to deal with, unfortunately. It's just the unfortunate situation that we find ourselves in. The workmen are still doing their thing. I'm really happy about this. But there's no one to open the door. So I guess I'll be the door opener for now. There we go. In you come. Off you go. Alright, this guy is doing a bit of protesting. That's fine. There are a lot of protest fires out here, and now we've got a bunch of prisoners arriving, which is fairly bad. Can I just hire more staff? No. I can't. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. I guess I've always gotten rid of the processed event before it becomes a problem in the past. It's very rare that I find myself in this situation where I haven't got prison policy researched before I get my first warning of this sort of thing going on. So I tell you what, let's spin on. There's really nothing we can do until this research gets finished, other than just watch old number one strolling in circles around his office, and, you know, staring at his clipboard and trying to figure out how to give these people a raise. Oh my goodness me. This is a disaster. This is absolutely terrifying. Okay, we almost there? We're done. We got this. Let's do it. Policy. Pay raise. 50%. Good. Get back to work. Bang up. Disabled. Let's get that door open. Let's get some more staff in here. We're only allowed to go to 20, remember, so I'm just going to go to 15 for now. Hopefully that will be enough for us to bring these people in and put them into the holding cell. Oh. Ugh. Okay. Right. So, now that panic has been taken care of, let's get this back down to 0. We've given them a little bit of a boost, but we now also have a staff room and food and all the things that they need. So I'm hoping that that will help to keep them under control And we can start looking at things to bring this place under control once and for all. Once and for all? Oh, that seems optimistic, doesn't it? Right, we need some medical beds. And we're going to pop those down like this. I'm actually going to put a couple of morgue tables in. Morgue slabs. I'm going to put them down this way. Yeah, why not? I think that'll be fine. I mean, I certainly wouldn't have a problem with lying in this medical bed and then staring over at the feet of a dead person. That probably wouldn't be a problem at all. And then let's get ourselves a couple of doctors. 3? 3 should be sufficient to get us underway. There's going to be a bit of a backlog that they'll have to work their way through. But, you know, old George Clooney here, he's on the case. He's looking after people. He's making sure that overdoses get fixed up. Injured people, like these guys here. Not much we can do about Lever's Edge, but that's, you know, that's fine. We do have some shears coming into the prison, which is not great, unless you're going to be trimming a hedge, which I don't believe is what they have in mind. I'm just, you know, I've got a hunch. I've got a bit of a hunch there. But the rest of the girls have been brought in. There is some solitary now, so anyone who does need to be solitaried up can go into there. And, okay, so we're at 85 of 68 prisoners currently in this joint. So, that means that we can go ahead and start looking at getting our other grants completed. So, 2 of those guys, 1 gardener, excellent. There's 5 grand for getting our cleaning grant taken care of. Inmate health and well-being, we need a psychologist. So that's fine. We can quick build this office here and complete that there. It's $280 to get that done. We'll get ourselves a psychologist. Is that a researchable? Yes, it is. Rightio then. Oh, and we need security back underway as well so that we can start looking at getting canine units up and running, because I think that that's going to be fairly important. And we will also look at the associated grant with security, which is going to be security procedure certification, where we need to get a security chief, 10 guards, patrols, and 3 guards assigned to patrol routes. We can get that. 10 grand advance for that. And let's see. Staff well-being. Pretty sure we've got that. No? Ensure none of your staff are exhausted. Oof. Okay. Well, that's going to be difficult. I mean, we've got the staff room. They're allowed to take a break. The question is, will they? How many exhausted staff do we have? I can't tell. I think I need micromanagement to be able to see that. Is it micromanagement? Maybe. Or maybe prison psychology. I'm not sure. It's okay. But normally I would expect to be able to see what the happiness level of my staff actually is. But I can't see that at this stage. It'll be nice to get this psychologist in, though, because then I can actually see prisoner needs as well, which I imagine at the moment are fairly... Oh, my giddy aunt. It's just a meat grinder out there. It's insane. I mean, they're trying to do a little bit of running around, but it's just not anywhere big enough for all of the people that are in this prison. So I really need to get this section down here completed, which... Oh, here we go. All right. Next step. Nice corridor. This kitchen is now actually too large. I could potentially have another room at the bottom here. Like here. And that could be like a workshop? Or maybe... I don't know. I'm not sure what I would put there, honestly. I'll have to double check. I'll have to have a ponder. But this should be large enough for the kitchen, which is all we're considering right now, right? So we're going to extend the kitchen here. We're going to get some lights in here to light this place up. Just like this. Cool. That guy's stuck in the wall slightly, but it's okay. There he goes. Good on you, mate. He figured it out eventually. We're going to get ourselves one cooker and another cooker here. There is a fight going on, which I should probably go and pay attention to. Fridges, more cookers here and here. Excellent. And then a couple of sinks down this side here with a bin in between. There's a little bit of wasted space in here, but that's okay. It's roomy. What's going on? Oh my god. Oh wait. Is this happening? Alright, let's wrangle up some guards and get them all in there. And we'll see if we can bring this under control. If this doesn't come under control rather quickly, we're going to have to resort to getting ourselves... Someone escaped? Oh. Oh. Okay. That was bound to happen. That was bound to happen. This single door thing is always... It always catches me up. Okay. First thing we're going to do is let's get another concrete wall here and another solitary door here. Just to help double that area up. I feel like that's probably a good start. I mean, they've got fast running on, as per Shephard's starting challenge pack, which is making things a little bit difficult, but it's you know what, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure we can handle it. I'm sure we can get there. Right, kitchen. Back to the kitchen. Let's get ourselves some power in here, and I'm going to string it down through here like this. Just so that we've got it sort of lined up logically. This is probably going to need another capacitor or two to make up for that new stuff that we're putting in. We're going to probably want a water boiler. Could we get hot water down here from that boiler? We possibly can. Let's try. So let's come out straight like this, and then across, and then down to those two sinks. We may be stretching it a bit too far. I mean, it does reach all the way up to there, so it may make it all the way down to here. We'll just have to stretch it and see. And if it makes it all the way, excellent. We're done. If it does not make it all the way, well, bugger. We gave it a shot, right? And we can pop in a boiler out here somewhere to sort of pump a bit more pressure into the system. Good. So that's that taken care of. How are we doing for the rest of this stuff? That is still on... pause, waiting for psychology to complete. Meredith is still working on tax relief. It takes 48 hours to unlock. Right. Okay. So, that's alright. She's doing her thing. She's getting things underway. Prison labour, I think this is probably something that we could bear to have as well. And that way we can put some girls to work in the cleaning cupboard and get this place tidied up a little bit. It is looking a bit better now that we've got a couple of janitors on board, but a few more would be merrier. And speaking of things that we need up this neck of the woods, let's see what we can do about getting ourselves... I guess we'll go like this. We'll have a door there like that. We're going to make this a laundry. Oh, we can't. I need prison labour first. Okie dokie. Cool. But I want a laundry up there so that they can get some fresh clothing. I figure that's going to be an important thing for them to have. I mean, it already is. They're all complaining about clothing, family, sleep, etc. Maybe a couple more phone booths in here. Might be nice. And then maybe a couple in here. Just so that they can make a phone call when they're sitting around in the canteen not eating. Good. Excellent. Excellent. This is doing its thing. I haven't seen any overdose deaths in a while, and I think we're kind of doing okay. We're kind of on top of this. I don't know how long it's going to take though, for all of our staff to be not exhausted. Staff exhausted, 2 are exhausted, 0 are resting. Cool. Hire a security chief. So who's exhausted? Would it be cooks? It might be cooks. How are you guys? Pissed off, but not exhausted. Okay. Maybe... Okay, let's just do a probe about and see if we can spot anyone who is exhausted. Would it be a worker? I mean, there's not enough jobs really to keep the workers that super busy. These guys aren't exhausted. Aha! You. Go and rest. Exhausted. Yes. Come on down here. Go and rest for me. Will you actually rest if I tell you to go? Or do I need to sack you? I think I need to sack him. Okay. You're sacked. You're too exhausted. You're sacked. Is that going to work? One staff oh. Well, bugger. Okay, well, I thought I was on top of that, but evidently not. Alright, let's get a couple more guards then. We'll take it all the way up to the 20 guard limit. And maybe if that's the case, people will be more willing to rest. And in fact, I may even... Wait, have I already completed that freaking challenge? Yeah, I bloody have, haven't I? Oh, well. Alright, so what's next? Tool cleanup. Crack down on drugs. I mean, that's probably going to be fairly easy. Reform through education. Prisoner acclimatization and engagement. That might be something we can do relatively quickly. But the other thing that we're pushing rapidly towards right now is cellblock C. And we're already at 68. So all we need to do is get cellblock B... Well, it is actually cellblock C. We need to get this next cell block online and start to get some beds up and running in there. And we will actually be pushing our way towards 100 beds, which is pretty good, all told. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's do that then. Let's do that. So we'll get the grant, subblock C. So we get 10 grand in advance. We can get our concrete building that comes out like this, and then, oh, and then, no, and then, bloody autosave, up to, do we want to take it all the way? 12,000? Yes. Good. Is that lined up? Yes. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling so good. I'm going to put another boiler in straight away. I'm going to get a large pipe pushed through to here, and then one connecting up into said hot water boiler. And then, yeah. Well, that's, oh. The cold water, actually, look. The cold water doesn't make it all the way, but the hot water actually does it all anyway. So I think we can just, like, flat out ignore the freaking hot water for now. The cold water for now. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. If I get sprinklers in there too, that's another reason to have a cold water pipe going. Because I don't think hot water sprinklers are a thing. Or should be a thing. You know? I'm just going to say that out loud. I don't know, it might be nice, right? If there was a fire in your apartment, and then all of a sudden the sprinkler kicked in, and it was a lovely hot shower, you know, maybe you'd get your rubber ducky out and, you know, get some suds on and all that sort of stuff. Maybe it might be nice. I don't know, who knows? I'm just working off my imagination at this point. I mean, it's not something that I've ever experienced, nor do I think will I ever experience. Which is one of the reasons why an imagination is such an important... What the fuck am I talking about? Really, what am I talking about? About hot water showers as a fire suppression system. Gordon Bennett, I must be tired. 10 workmen, 20 guards, 3 doctors. We're probably going to need some more cooks, I reckon. And the thing that I really, really need is deployment. Because I'm concerned that these prisoners are going over to this canteen instead of going down to this big one, which is technically in the same block. And I think I need deployment and logistics, that comes with prison labour, to be able to tell them to use this big canteen instead of this tiny one, which is blatantly too small for them, quite frankly. So, what we're going to do is let's spin on a bit. We've got 9 hours to go before our next batch of prisoners arrives, and we get another $17,000, which is pretty rad, to be fair. That's a goodly amount of cash. This huge cell block here is coming online rather rapido, and while the guys are building that out, something went ding. I didn't see what that was. It was probably security. Yes, it was. Awesome. Oh, we need a chief. Bugger. Right. We need another office. Bugger. Okay, foundations. Building. Concrete. Let's get this stretched like that to include those walls. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's large enough for another office. Okay, great. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, let's get that built in there. The workmen are busy getting this bad boy completed, but it is basically done now. We're going to get a little bit of wood out of that as well, which we can then pop into the export zone, which is excellent. And they'll get started on this guy here. I'm going to get my chief up and running now with the... Oh, I already had an office there. Oh, God, I didn't even look. Oh, well, look, we're going to need more stuff anyway, right? We're going to need... excuse me. We're going to need... Oh, that's right. I built that for the psychologist, which is going to need an office as well, but he can just stand there in the corridor and wait while we figure out what to do with him. And then let's get ourselves a quick build of this office here, which can go there. And then the warden's office here. Let's include the back wall, because that is missing in this bottom blueprint. And the top wall, as a matter of fact. Jolly good. Let's grab all of this, and then plonk that. Oh, sorry, guys, you're trying to take a poo, and I'm doing some, construction work behind you. We've had 2 escapes. Uh-oh. Tunnelings. We have some tunnelings. Search for the tunnels. Oh my god, there's a lot of illicit stuff in people's toilets. But you know what, we are finding and searching all these places rather quickly. It's probably going to be this, no? This one? We did not find. Let us remove this tunnel here then. And we'll high prioritize that. And maybe this will tell us where the tunnel exists. Because, well, that's the first time that's happened. And I am now concerned. Because it has to be this one here, right? A straight shot outside? Yep. There it is. Alright. It was bound to happen sooner or later. But the good news is, what we can do is we can put a fence across here. Or like a barred wall. So that will then seal this whole area in. Oh, this could be a ginormous yard. Oof. Ooh, I like. Ooh, I like that. But I do have this earmarked as a yard. Like, having it down here a little bit. Or I could put a wall across here and have this whole central area, because this nursery isn't going to get any bigger than it is, and it's going to be fed by another canteen. Well, okay. I'm thinking too hard about this now. I'm thinking too hard. But we do need some fences to cover up all of the different bits and bobs. Let's do another tunnel search. It did seem to be rather quick last time. Like, the guards tend to spring on it rather quickly. And all they need to do is just, like, give the toilet a flush and make sure it still works. And they don't seem to want to sort of push too much deeper than that. Like, it's rather quick. There, okay, good. Yeah, man, this new tunnel search is really good. Like, I may have poo-pooed it a little bit, like, I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. Yeah, no, that's awesome. That is really good. So, Paradox and 0011, good work, guys. That is definitely a thing that we didn't know that we needed. Right, let's get this down here like this. We'll run that in there to that. So that'll power up that hot water servo. You know what I'm trying to say. And then this will need to come out like this. To where? I guess, I tell you what, let's do a quick build. And we'll clone up this first 2, and plonk that like that. Then we're going to use the utilities based on that to bring our hot water across. So it can then go up like this and stretch all the way to the moon. Just up to, I guess, there. And then all the way up like this. Lovely. Okay, so there's our hot water loop for this new cell block, which is going to come online relatively quickly, I should imagine. And we'll just clone out, we won't clone that first row again, because that's where the radiator is. We'll clone out the rest of them and get them underway. Research is getting completed all over the shop. We've got deployment now. Let's get patrols, because we need that for our thing. And Warden, could you get micromanagement for me? Let's check out micromanagement. Okay, so I need food distribution, so I can do the canteen bits. Because at the moment... Oh, God, these canteens are driving me nuts. The other thing that I need to double check, because a couple of these, all of the available cells are too high quality for this prisoner. Right. Policy. Use cell quality ratings? No. So, if there is a cell available, regardless of the quality of that cell, you go and get in it. I don't care whether or not you... And their cell quality is lower than these horrible tiny... I mean, there's 4 people in this cell for some reason. I'm not quite sure exactly why that's the case, but that's fine. Right, quick build. Clone. Let's freaking do this. So, I'm going to come up from the bottom, and we'll see just how much of this... Alright, so we can get that many cells. That's pretty good, I have to say. And we can just clone these. How much is this each time? 69.30. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. My God, look at that. And we need to get up to there. So we need this much of the next one. And that needs to be $5,190 dues, which should come in relatively quickly. It should come in relatively... Oh, oh. That's an interesting glitch. Okay, cool. It should come in relatively quickly because of the fact that I think we're going to tick this one over by completing out the rest of these cells. This is almost there, and then all we need to do is unlock these 3 guard routes, or place 3 guard routes, I should say, to unlock the rest of the security procedure certification, to get another $10,000. You know, I feel like we're kind of doing okay. I feel like we've kind of got this. I mean, I say that, and then someone just goes ahead and dies of being a snitch. Great, now we've got snitches to worry about. That's the last thing I need. And now we've got 2 more babbies that we don't have places for. Why? What's wrong with these? There are no nurseries. Crap, I opened up this wall. Okay, hang on. Because this needs to be in its own block. Otherwise, it doesn't get treated as an actual block of its own. And these then can't access the nursery. So that's okay. I'll just high prioritize those to get those built as quickly as possible. And then I think there should only be 4 people. I mean, there's only like 2, right? Okay. So I think we should have enough space for all of our nursery requiring ladies. Or family cell, you know, those with babbies. I think there should be enough space in there for the family people that we have. So it should be okay. We do need some more power over here as well. Straight up the middle here. Just like that. Excellent. Good. That's a lot of stuff to build. Power is doing okay. That's fine. This is still a huge problem. The meat grinder. And then this canteen yard situation here is really, really bad. And I need to figure out how to get either another yard online, which wouldn't be too difficult. I could just fence off a section down here, and then have this be a big yard that they can all filter into and just have at. Or, I mean, I can't do it up here because of these fracking boilers, but they need to be there so that they can feed these wings. I mean, the other option is to have them down off the bottom here. We've got plenty of space heading southwards. That might be a good way to go. And I think that might be the best way to go, so that we can keep this nursery family cell wing extending north and south as it's needed. Whereas these ones, you know, I anticipate that when we need more of these, we just add another one on. And then my further intention is going to be, once we get these up and running, we're then going to go, alright, well this one can be max sec, right? This whole block here. This one shared, because it's going to be for nursery people. And then, like, you know, min sec, medium sec, maximum sec, and then we'll build additional wings for each security class as we need them. And the theory goes is that the only place that they should cross other prisoners that are of their a different class as them is when they're passing through the corridors, which are access only, so they should be escorted, like if they're on their way to solitary or medical or, I don't know, visitation, maybe? Whatever the case may be. I will probably only parole minsec as well. Just to... Oh, my giddy aunt. Have we got a problem? No? You're okay? We are still somehow feeding 40-odd% of them, even though they're all crammed into this tiny location here. Alright, so next episode, I'm going to try and get food distribution underway via micromanagement. It's only 30 minutes away, and we'll try and bring this frickin' canteen. Look, there are some people eating in here, which is great, but everyone else seems to default there. So first thing next episode, we'll look at that. But friends, until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.